2000 year in review continues with WCW's Slamboree. Dan Rock Zero here, back again, and talking about Slamboree. The weeks leading up were atrocious. You had Hulk Hogan running into a dumpster with a Humvee that contained Billy Kidman, thus killing him, all because he needed revenge on Billy Kidman for beating him. You had the announcers saying that there will be no disqualification, real winners and real losers, but then they follow it up with 3 disqualifications. You had Sid winning a match, a handicap match, that's no disqualification, and it ends in a disqualification. So you had matches that were not supposed to be DQs, ends in DQs. I wish I had Dairy Queen Sunday after talking about this shit. And then to top it all off, you had DDP win the title only to lose it 2 days later in a tag team match on Thunder, with David Arquette winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. That's right, David Arquette is your World Heavyweight Champion. Now, while I say this was a lame moment in wrestling history, that was a while ago. The more and more I think about it, maybe I'm in the minority here, big time. But to be honest, David Arquette winning the WCW title was not that bad. Everyone's saying, well, he tarnished the legacy of the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. No, he didn't. He didn't tarnish any legacy whatsoever. For many, many, many reasons, he did not tarnish the legacy. First off, it's not like David Arquette wanted to be the WCW champion to begin with. It's not like he threatened the company to make him the WCW champion. He was well against it. He did not want to be the WCW champion, but Vince Russo wanted it to happen because of publicity. The second thing, it was all the way it was brought up was it was a joke. Tony Schiavone in a meeting just stood up and said, why don't we make David Arquette our world champion? He said it out of a joke. It was just a joke for everyone to laugh, and everybody was laughing, but one man was not laughing, and that was Vince Russo. And that man thought, by God, that's it. That's it. That will solve our problems. David Arquette himself did not tarnish the legacy of the title. David Arquette being the champion did not tarnish it either. Management, the company, management and booking killed the WCW World title. The title was already fucking worth almost nothing, as you had titles change hands back and forth quite frequently. You had the title vacated 4 times in just before I even get to Slamboree. You had the title held up 4 times. You had it changed hands after 1 day, 2 days, that same week. Hell, when David Arquette won the title, the belt already changed hands twice. Jeff Jarrett won it at Spring Stampede. 8 days later, DDP wins it. 2 days later, David Arquette wins it. So just in a matter of 10 days, 3 different champions. He wins the title on a Thunder in a tag team match, and he pinned Eric Bischoff. It's not like he beat Goldberg at a Starrcade. It's not like he beat Sting or beat Hogan in a decisive way. He beat and pinned. He pinned Eric Bischoff with just a surprisingly good-looking spear. He won it out of a fluke. It was a fluke. He was champion, and it was a fluke. It's not that bad. David Arquette did not tarnish the legacy of the title. Management tarnished the legacy of the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Anyways, let's move on to Slamboree. Slamboree is miles better than Spring Stampede. And Spring Stampede was at least better than the other two shows. So we're on the right track here. Slamboree was surprisingly worth watching. There's a lot of bad matches here. This is actually overall a bad show. However, I was able to sit through this and actually enjoy this a hell of a lot better than the other damn shows. We have Chris Candido defeating the Artist to retain the Cruiserweight Championship belt. This was a pretty decent match. You had the two valets and Tammy Lynch and oh fuck, who was the other girl's name? Whatever. They interfered and it was a pretty good match. I give it a 5 out of 10. Terry Funk defeated Norman Smiley and Ralphus. That's right, the big fat blooper guy who was Chris Jericho's bodyguard back in 1998. In a hardcore championship title match. This was actually pretty damn entertaining. A 4 out of 10. Then we have Shawn Stasiak defeating Curt Hennig in a pretty match. I thought Curt Hennig was retired, but I guess they brought him back for some reason. A 3. Then we have Scott Steiner defeating Hugh Morris to retain the United States Championship. This match was pretty damn decent. Hugh Morris comes out as the leader of the Misfits in Action and says, no longer call me Hugh Morris. You now call me General Erection. Hugh G. Erection. General Hugh G. Erection. That's right. His name is General Hugh G. Erection. How are you going to take this man seriously when his name is Hugh G. Erection? You just can't. Match gets a 5. Then we have Mike Awesome defeating Chris Kanyon via disqualification, or maybe Mike Awesome versus Chris Kanyon. This was a very, very good match. It didn't end DQ. It ended in no contest. Jesus, I'm forgetting my own shit here. This match was a very solid, good match. Very good. Unfortunately, you had the New Blood and the Millionaires Club interfering in this match. But still, this was a wicked good match. A 7 out of 10. It was wicked good. We have Lex Luger defeating Buff Bagwell in the weakest match here. This match was pretty bland. It's not terrible, but it's still pretty bland. At least Lex Luger won, only to be attacked by Chuck Palumbo. This match gets a 2 out of 10. It was pretty bad. Next up, we have Personal Rivals go at it. Personal Vendetta going at it here. We got Shane Douglas defeating Ric Flair in an okay match. Pretty okay here. A 4 out of 10. Next up, we have Sting defeating Vampiro. And this would lead, this is the very beginning of this whole rivalry with Sting and Vampiro, which is the worst rivalry of all time. They had a match at Spring Stampede that was okay. They had a match on Nitro. I think it was a House of Pain Steel Cage match on Nitro. I think it was before Slamboree. And then you had this match. This match is not bad, but it's not really good either. A 3 out of 10. However, this rivalry would quickly go to the shit house when we talk about the Great American Bash. I do not want to talk about that show whatsoever, but I'm going to have to soon enough. Hulk Hogan defeats Billy Kidman, and when I mean defeat, he basically whips the ever-living crap out of him. This match was bad, and Hulk Hogan basically, he slams him through a whole shit ton of tables and basically beats him decisively and just kicks the crap out of him. A 2 out of 10. Then we have the main event. David Arquette puts his WCW World Heavyweight title on the line in a triple cage match against Jeff Jarrett and Diamond Dallas Page. What the fuck is a triple cage match? Well, if you ever seen that movie Ready to Rumble, in the final match you have Jimmy King versus Diamond Dallas Page. That's this triple cage match. That is what we're getting here at Slamboree. It's actually a fucking really good match. Having 3 ginormous steel cages on top of each other is fucking overboard, and it's over the limit. It is extreme to the extreme. It's unnecessary. However, this match, yes, it has David Arquette in it. Yes, he's the champion. But this match, I shit you not, is fucking great. It's DDP and Jeff Jarrett beating the unholy fuck out of each other. This match is easily the best match of the year so far that I've seen. This match is fucking great. And it is so far the first match that I'm going to review of WCW pay-per-view 4 stars. That's right, an 8 out of 10. No match in WCW 2000 so far has gotten 4 stars, but this is the first one. David Arquette, DDP, Jeff Jarrett fucking showed it. This was a phenomenal, great match. David Arquette playing that he was scared of heights. The way you win this match is you gotta climb out of the Hell in a Cell, the first one, which looks like a Hell in a Cell, with a ladder, and there's a trap door at the ceiling. Then there's another steel cage that's filled with weapons. You gotta exit the door, climb to the top, which has a bunch of guitars in it. Then you gotta climb to the top of that one, and there you have to reach. On top of the steel, on top of all 3 is the belt, and then you reach for the belt. David Arquette was up top, waiting for Diamond Dallas Page to get the title, standing guard as he was supposed to do. David Arquette with the guitar would smash DDP right in the face with it, betraying Diamond Dallas Page, and Jeff Jarrett regains the WCW Championship. A great match, 4 stars. And yes, for the second straight pay-per-view in a row, damn you Vince Russo, somebody turns on Diamond Dallas Page. It's funny enough though, while DDP and David Arquette were friends at this point in WCW, they were actually adversaries in the movie. Because David Arquette's character was Gordy, was all about Jimmy King getting the title back and stuff. So overall, Diamond Upside Down's a pussy. Overall, Slamboree is a hell of a lot better show than any other WCW of the year so far. This is a good watch. It is a terrible... It is... how I say this? This is a bad show. However, for WCW 2000 standards, it is a great show. Be that as it may, Slamboree is still a watchable show. I got through this show watching it and enjoying it a hell lot better than the other shows. Easily the best show by far so far for WCW. A 4.3 out of 10 is my final review, my final verdict on Slamboree. A much better show. However, we get not 1, not 2, but the next 3 pay-per-views in a row are back to the shithouse. Because I got to talk about the Great American Bash. Oh my God. With the Human Torch match, the Asylum match, and the fucking ending where the return of Goldberg and all this shit. Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself after watching that crap. Anyway, Slamboree, a hell of a lot better show than any other. I catch you next time for Judgment Day, Hardcore Heaven, and oh God, the Great American Bash here on my review series of 2000 Year in Review. Catch you next time. Bye.